In today's session, we are going to start a new topic, and the name of this topic is permutation and combination, in which we are going to discuss about different arrangements, right? In which one case where the order is important, and these type of cases are called permutation, right? In which the order is important, and then there is no importance of the order, so we are going to name that cases as combination. So permutation and combination is a very important topic for your O-level Addmath, and if you are taking AS Maths, then you will go through this topic in AS Mathematics as well, and it covers a good weightage in your papers as well. All right. So from the basic, it is a different different types of arrangement we are going to study in this topic, and the first and the very basic thing that we need to understand that a factorial. What is a factorial and how you find a factorial of any number? Factorial is defined by an exclamation mark. That is a symbol for factorial, right? So if it says 3 factorial, so factorial means it will be 3 times 2 times 1. If it says 7 factorial, so it means 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and so on. So that is meant by factorial, that if you are talking about n, so it will be n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and it continues, right? So we are going to say that n minus 3 factorial, which says that now it continues to infinity. So that is meant by factorial, and this factorial we are going to use many times in this topic, permutation and combination. It is chapter number 10 from your new book, right? There is a little bit modification, that is why we are going to cover this topic from your new book. So in today's session, we are going to start with exercise 10.1. Alright, so there are 8 parts in this question. It says, without using a calculator, find the value of each of the following using the x factorial key on your calculator to check your answer. That means you can verify your answer from the calculator, but you need to simplify it without the help of calculator. For the first part, it says 7 factorial, and as in the given example, I have told you that how to find the 7 factorial. It's very simple. You need to multiply all the numbers from 7 till 1. So 7 into 6 into 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is 7 factorial, and if you multiply all the numbers, you will get 5, 0, 4, 0. That is your A part. Alright. If we talk about part C here, so it says 7 factorial divided by 3 factorial. Right. Now there are 2 ways we can attempt this question. So first part, we can say that it's 7 into 6 into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 divided by 3, 2, 1, and we can simplify these 3. So the leftover part is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 gives you the value of 840. Alright. The next approach is we can simplify 7 factorial until 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial, right, and divided by 3 factorial. So 3 factorial and 3 factorial cancels. So the answer will be same. It is 840. So what you can do, if you have such type of expressions for numerator and denominator, so you need to expand the numerator till that denominator part, because these two can be simplified, as you can observe here. Alright, so what you need to do, you need to attempt part B and part B and copy part A and part C in your as a classwork, and for these 4 parts you have a time of 4 minutes, so start. Alright, if you talk about part B here, part B says 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial, which is equals to 4 into 3 into 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial The answer is 12, right? And for part D, it says 8 factorial, that is equals to 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial cancel. The leftover answer is 8 into 7 into 6 gives you the value of 336. That is your answer. Alright, so I hope that all of you are getting the same values, and the concept is very easy to find out the factorial. You need to multiply all the numbers from that specific number until you reach the value 1. Alright, the concept of factorial we are going to use oftenly in permutation and combination, so make sure that you know the concept very well, that how to find the factorial of any number. Alright, after question number 1, we have another question. It's question number 2, and now in this question it says rewrite each of the following using factorial notation. Okay, what do you mean by that? If you talk about question number 2 part A, it says 2 into 1. So 2 into 1 leads to that it is 2 factorial. Alright, it's 2 factorial, that is 2 into 1. And if you talk about part B, so you can identify that it is 6 factorial, because it's 6 into 5 into 4, 3, 2, 1. From 6 to 1 we have all the numbers, so it's 6 factorial. Alright, but if we talk about part E here, now observe closely. In part E we have 10, 9, 8 divided by 3, 2 and 1. So how can we define the question in terms of factorial sign? If you observe, so basically the missing part is 7 factorial, right? Because from 7 to 1 all numbers are missing. So I can say that it can be written in this form: 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial times 3 factorial. Alright, and now I can explain it. If I open 10 factorials, that will be 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 factorial divided by 7 factorial into 3 factorial, right? And we can simplify 7 factorial and 7 factorial. So the leftover part, 10, 9 into 8 divided by 3 factorial, that is your question. So the answer of this part is 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial into 3 factorial. Alright, so that is your answer. Now what you need to do, you need to write down the answer of these two in your copy, and you need to attempt question number, we have done question number A, B. You need to attempt question number C, question number D, and question number part F. So for this part you have a time of 5 minutes. Alright, so start. Alright, so I hope that all of you have tried the question. Now let's start from part C. It says 5 into 4 into 3. That means 2 into 1 has been cancelled, so I can say that it's 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial, right? If you expand 5 factorial, that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you expand 2 factorial, it's 2 into 1. So these two cancel, and that is your question. So that is the factorial form of your question which you need to write down. So that is your part C answer. If you talk about part D here, that will be 17 into 16 into 15 into 14. That means it's 17 factorial divided by 13 factorial. Alright, and if you talk about part F, so that will be 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial is present, but the numbers which has been eliminated are 7 factorial, right? The numbers which have been eliminated from 7 to 1, so that means 7 factorial and 7 factorial in the denominator, they might be cancel each other, so that will be your answer in terms of factorial. Alright, so I hope that all of you have a clear idea how to solve a factorial sign and how to solve such type of question which you can see in your question number 2. So moving on to the next question, question number 3. Alright. It says rewrite each of the following using factorial notation. Now take a close look at this point because it involves the variable n here. If you observe the first question, it's n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. There is no n minus 4, no n minus 5. That means that part has been eliminated. So I can say that in the numerator it's n factorial divided by, and the part that has been eliminated, if I continue the sequence, so that will be n minus 4, n minus 5. So I can say that it's n minus 4 factorial, right? So the part that has been eliminated from the question is n minus 4 factorial. If you expand it, so n factorial is what? It's n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4 factorial, because it goes on and on, divided by n minus 4 factorial. So they may cancel each other, and that is your answer, which is left over. So what you need to observe, if you have a denominator in terms of factorial, so you need to expand the numerator until that denominator part. So they might cancel each other. Alright, at first you need to write down the solution in your copy, and then you need to attempt part B here, and you have a time of 3 minutes. So give it a try, start. Alright, so if you talk about part B, it says n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5. That means we have n factorial divided by, after n minus 5 there will be n minus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. So that part has been eliminated. It means it's n factorial divided by n minus 6 factorial. Clear? Moving on to the next one, it's part C. It says n minus 1, n minus 2 divided by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So can you highlight the relation that what is actually happening in this question? First thing about it, you have a time of 2 minutes, and then I will explain you the correct answer. So start. Alright, if you observe the numerator, so that is quite easy, that you have n factorial, right? If you observe the denominator, so you can see that we have 5 factorial present, but you can observe in the numerator it's n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5 is not present. That means this portion has been eliminated. So in the denominator we have n minus 3 factorial, because that n minus 3 factorial cancel the effect of n minus 3, 4, 5 and so on. Alright, so I hope that you got the idea, and after that you need to attempt part D. Think about it again. You have a time of 2 minutes, so start. Alright. In the numerator you can highlight the relation that it's n factorial. In the denominator we have 3 factorial. Now the portion that has been eliminated is after n minus 5. So in the denominator we have n minus 5 with a factorial sign. Alright, after completing question number 3, there is an example in your book, new book, and it's example number 1. It has 2 questions. The first one, find the value of, value means now the answer must be numeric. Find the value of 8 factorial over 5 factorial, and B part is 11 factorial divided by 8 factorial into 3 factorial. So you need to attempt both of these parts, and you have a time of 4 minutes to complete these 2. So start. Alright. For the first one, it says 8 factorial, so I can break 8 factorial into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. The benefit is 5 factorial and 5 factorial cancels. The leftover part is 8 into 7 into 6, which is equals to 336. Alright, that is the first part answer. For part B, it says 11 factorial divided by 8 factorial into 3 factorial. It's 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 factorial divided by 8 factorial into 3 factorial. You can simplify 8 factorial, 8 factorial. Now 3 factorial is what? If I write it again, so it will be 11 into 10 into 9 divided by 3 into 2, right? 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. So now it will be 11 into 5 into 3 gives you the value of 165, and that is your answer. Alright, so I hope that your answers are correct and you can see the solution if there is any mistake. So that is quite enough for today class, and we have learned the concept of factorial and what we need to do as a homework part. As a homework, you need to attempt question number 1 and the remaining parts of 1, and let me check which parts we have left here. We have done question number 3 complete, question number 2 and question number 1 part E and F and G. So you need to attempt 1 part E, F and G. That is your homework. Alright. So see you next class. Inshallah, in next class we are going to continue this topic, and I hope this topic you will find it easy. It's not that much difficult, but it's conceptual. So you need to understand the topic from the basics. Alright. So see you next.